biological approach to psychology deals with hormones, genes, processes in the brain, anything physiological that might influence human behavior. So biological psychologists might be concerned with how these different processes influence mental disorders. They might ask questions, well, could people who commit crimes have some kind of biological processes going on that influence them to commit these crimes? So anything physiological, basically. The evolutionary approach to psychology is based on evolution. So natural selection, adaptation, how humans and animals have evolved over time to develop different adaptations that result in different behaviors, mental processes, stuff like that helps the individual or animal survive better. And evolutionary psychologists might end up studying things like aggression, interpersonal attraction, and try to figure out how those behaviors have evolved over time. The psychodynamic approach in psychology was kind of influenced by Sigmund Freud, and it deals with unconscious kind of thoughts and beliefs, things that we're not really aware of, but that the idea is that this somehow influences our behavior. For example, it might be that the psychodynamic approach would argue that a surgeon might not really be motivated by a desire to save people's lives, but rather unconsciously motivated by a desire to cut people up or something like that. This view has kind of fallen out of favor recently, and it might sound kind of ridiculous at times, but it does have a bit of a history in psychology, and we'll learn more about that later in the semester. The behavioral approach to psychology deals solely with observed behavior. So it's not dealing with thoughts or mental processes or anything biological at all. It's just dealing with behaviors that we can observe. So the focus of the behavioral approach might be, how do people learn behavior? How is behavior reinforced? Things like that. The cognitive approach to psychology deals with mental processes. How we take in information, store and recall that information, and how all of this affects our behaviors. The humanistic approach to psychology is person-centered. They believe that people are basically good and that each individual is unique. Everybody's different. So the focus is on understanding how each individual's personality influences how they act and interact in the world.